So I'm Mariam Natroshvili. I'm artist from Tbilisi, Georgia. At the moment, I'm in Tbilisi, in Georgia. So I have heard about apexart about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. First time I applied for this open call, international open call, and it didn't work. But second time, together with Magda Guruli, my friend and colleague, she's curator, we applied for the project Illegal Cosmonautica, which was the concept of Georgian artist and writer Zura Jishkariani, the name and the idea. So we developed the concept and we won the open call, and that's how our relation started. So actually now this project comes to my mind a lot, because one of the questions was, what can we do, what will we do if all the systems fail, if the current systems fail, and where we will be, and what skills do we need to survive? And so it was about 3 or 4 years ago, and now this question comes to my mind a lot, because now here we are in the collapsed system. In Tbilisi, everything is empty now, as everywhere in the world. People try to stay at home. I'm lucky that I'm living with my partner in an apartment, so I'm not alone. And after 2 days of self-isolation, we started to work because we realized that I had anxiety attacks, because I was following the news so much, and I was reading all these statistics about people infected around the world and statistics of death, and that was the only reality, the statistics. I really felt so bad, and I needed another reality. Actually, I needed something to hide myself and to create some new reality to change this one, at least for some time. So, but also I was thinking about this today, that here in Georgia we have a collective memory of the system not working anymore. It was after Soviet Union, I was child when it ended, and when Georgia war started, we had the civil war crisis. So it is kind of for all my life, and I think also it's the same with my generation, that we are always ready for something that will happen. I always had this feeling somewhere in unconscious, maybe, that something may happen. I don't know, it can be a war or disaster. So it's some kind of trauma, probably, that you are all the time ready for change, but for change to bad, not to good. So for me, in a way, for me, in a way, it was this change now. It was not really traumatic. Maybe it's because I'm living together with Detu. We were working together, and we found something to do, and it was easier to I don't know, to wake up. But maybe also it's this third world survival skills, in a way.
You were also our fellow over a year and a half ago, probably about a year and a half ago. And the fellowship also kind of asks you to step away. And we do talk about it in a way of a pause and sort of a disruption of your creative practice. And I'm kind of wondering if that relates, or curious about your experience as a fellowship and what has really kind of carried through with your life in Tbilisi now.
Well, I still think that it's one of the best residencies that any artist can can experience. It was absolutely amazing. And now, actually, we were really lucky to return home from January. January and February, we were in residency in Prague, and we returned home on 1st of March.
Wow.
So 2 weeks more, and we would be stuck somewhere in Prague. And it was a residency, and after 1 week where we were quite bored, I remembered my skills, which I got in New York, exploring the city and what to do. So it is actually a structure, the concept that you can use anywhere in your city, in any other city. So also this attitude, to going to the new worlds and not to be afraid to go to a new world and to explore this new world. It's a skill and quality that is really precious, and that's one of the precious keys to reality that I got in New York. So I'm really happy about it.
What did you find in Prague that was different? I guess, what did you do after you kind of had that moment of like, oh wait, I know the structure, or I know the key?
Well, okay, I didn't volunteer. I was too lazy for that, but we have discovered quite a lot of hidden places, and also the communities and different circles, or how it's called, circles that we wouldn't find without the skills. So it was. I don't know, starting from gaming to urban gardening, for example.
Yeah, definitely.
So quite a lot of different activities. Yeah.
I think now that I've seen fellows go through the journey so many times, it does have a story arc, and it's really incredible to see that there is kind of this climax, and then there is this sort of resolution that has no end, I think, too. And I was talking to one of our fellows, Javier Massa, who was a fellow from Montevideo and then now does coordinating in Montevideo. And he made a note that he was like, the fellowship for me, I think, begins when you go home, because that's when you start to really gain that perspective, or that reflection is really key, or you watch what skills you learned, or
yeah. So yeah, actually, I'm quite into mythology and fairy tales and all these archetypes. It's really, if you think about it, we are still living in it a lot. So especially when you are leaving your home and exploring new world. That's how fairy tale starts. That's how legends start, and mythological stories start. So why shouldn't we experience it today again?
Well, thank you. And
thank you.
We'll check in more, and we'll keep it going. Keep the channel open.
Thank you. It was really nice to see you and to talk with you.